did you hear the news? Lumi got laid! Lumi got laid! And then it basically becomes a musical where everyone's like dancing in the streets and running through and being like, Lumi got laid, singing about it. Next, we will be watching How Nature Created the Perfect Animal by Casual Geographic. Make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment in the doodly-doo. This was recorded live at twitch.tv/LuminusRed. Come on in, drop a follow, come hang out. Make your way on over here. I know you'll be a great part of our community, and I know that you would be an amazing person for us all to get to know. So come on off. Until then, I have been loving Casual Geographic, and little known fact, growing up as a small little girl, my favorite animal was the elephant, and I had a bunch of elephant stuff. Plushies, pictures, books, everything elephant I could get my hands on. I've lost that a little bit, but I do love me an elephant. So let's get into this.
If Helen Keller was alive to see what this animal looks like, she'd probably resign from life all over again. When you think of some of the weirdest, most aesthetically atypical animals on Earth, chances are you probably don't think of the elephant. But imagine trying to explain the concept of a four-legged behemoth in the weight class of a semi-truck, with a leviathan for a nose, a trypophobic's night terror for a tail, several superpowers and intelligence that might just rival our own.
I have to imagine I've never seen the elephant's tail like that before, and that... I do think I have a little bit of tryptophobia, like freaking the fear of holes and stuff like that in things. Like, that's something I should be thinking too. I have a fear of holes. I don't like those images of things with like a lot of holes. That made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't really like that. But like, you know, like those images of like freaking a feet full of like little holes or something like that makes me creeped out. But like, I normally like, Lies, you watched the Boomafoo, the AB elephant toothbrush. I was a very small child when I watched the Boomafoo. You think I remember most of it? Oh yeah, that makes it very uncomfortable. It does.
All while flexing the devil's utensils for an overbite. Well, in honor of today being National Thai Elephant Day, and elephants being my all-time favorite animal, here's why the bouncers of the savannah have an argument for not just the weirdest, but maybe even the most perfect animal in nature. Now, they didn't always look like this, and honestly, thank the stars for second drafts. Platypelodon was an ancient ancestor with the facial configuration of a shovel. Apparently having a spork for a jaw allowed them to undress a tree for its bark. But it also makes it look like the subject of a patent sip spiked with LS. Then you got Dinotherium, because apparently nature played pin the teeth on a tusker and it took a couple tries. Technically they're not true elephants and more like a distant cousin. But then again, it's not like the
no, I was
tusker and it took a couple tries. Technically they're not.
Dude, that was freak. I just panicked. I just put my hand down, closed my hand, and then I felt something moving. I turned my hand and there was a spider sitting in my hand. That freaked the crap out of me. I read in chat someone said spider, and then I picked up a spider, a live spider, and I just threw it. I don't know where it is. I don't have a fear of spiders, luckily. But it was just like this kind of like, someone said spider, and then I look, I've got a spider in my hand. I'm sorry, whoa, what the fuck? Where did a spider get inside from? I must have caught him. Lumi has two kinds of spider senses up. You didn't attack it, it hurt you. I mean, no, I've never actually, I don't like killing animals or even insects. Like, I'm very good at picking up insects without crushing them. I basically just picked it up from my desk and threw it. It's not where I threw it, so it's ran away from there. So, I know how much force to use when picking up an insect without hurting it. I can actually catch flies out of the air and hold them alive in my hand and carry them outside. I'm pretty good at that. I just have quick enough hands that I can grab them, and I have the dexterity with my fingers to create a little pocket so that they can just fly around in my hand without getting out. But yeah, that was really freaky. Like, I'm not afraid of spiders. Like, normally that would have, I'd just been like, what the fuck is this? But like, the fact that I read, like, someone's like, I have a fear of spiders. I put my hand down, I close my hand, I open my hand, there's a spider. Did I just summon spiders? Ooh, do we have the power to summon spiders? Didn't work a second time. What else those hands do? Nothing currently. I'm waiting for a girl to consent for me to do it. The VTuber reaction video from the other day featuring Spider-Man comes to mind. I love that one. Anyways,
not true elephants and more like a distant cousin. But then again, it's not like the elephant's actual relatives make any more sense. Because elephants have the most confusing family reunion of any creature, with their closest kin being the definitely not a rodent rock hyrax, and Columbus wet dream the manatee and the dude.
Am I the girl from Reincarnated of the Spider? Do you mean the spider from Reincarnated Spider? Do you mean Kumiko or Shiori the White Weaver? Because she is a spider who becomes a girl who is also half spider, and then and then if you go went further. Like I don't want to spoil anything about her. Anyways, she's a spider. That's the whole point. It's from the show. Are you so I'm a spider? So what? It's not just spider. I love Kumiko. Kumiko is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. I love Spider. I love her too. She's also asexual, which is really interesting. Like she played the one thing. Like she's asexual. The closest she gets to any kind of attraction to attractive, like people she like are technically attractive, is that she's like, oh yeah, like humans that are like conventionally attractive or could be considered attractive are more tasty than unattractive humans. That's the closest to any kind of sexual desire she ever expresses. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna look for the hot people so I can consume their flesh. Also, as a plot twist, the light novels is great. I know, it's so good. I just don't want to spoil it, VV, right? Like, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. There's also included dungeon manatees, hacks, and also antivirus. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I have bad ADHD. People have been calling it out for me today. My ADHD's been worse than usual. I think it's because I'm tired.
To be fair, I guess Hyraxes do have tusks, and apparently manatees have the same nail tech. But elephants are also in the same Afro-terrier group as aardvarks, tenrics, and golden moles. Yeah, you heard that right. I said mole. By the way, elephants didn't just get less weird looking, we just got desensitized to them. There is no build on Earth quite like the elephant, and it isn't until you look at all that nonsense separately and put it back together again that it starts to make sense. Beauty is skin deep. So that's exactly where we're starting. This picture went viral because many came to the conclusion that elephants aren't light gray, just chronically ashy, and that's for a couple of reasons. Elephants can live 70 years in the wild, and they do that without—
Sith Lekos, welcome in. I just want to say hi, came in from YouTube. Well, I'm really glad you did. Welcome in, darling. I hope you're having a great day. Maybe you want to stick around. Oh, you? Hi, nerdy.
ever touching lotion a day in their life, so maybe don't be so judgmental.
Yeah.
But for how thick it is, elephant skin is pretty sensitive, so they'll use dust baths and mud masks to protect against the oppressive African sun. Because humans weren't the first to come up with skincare, and depending on the color of the mud, you can get an elephant straight out of King Midas's palace, or a herd in red face from the volcanic dust of Saba. You can also find white elephants covered in clay and mud, not to be confused with the white Asian, call it Wasian elephants that were revered by royalty. Also, depigmentation means Asian elephants have freckles, but let me stop waffling. The skin itself has more cracks than a tanorexic, and looks suspiciously like what a drought in their neighborhood looks like, and it's because the tiny network of dermal ditches and valleys means their skin retains 10 times the water it would if they had glass skin. It's great defense against the sun, but not completely against insects. Which brings us to this. There's two types of people, those that know what an elephant's tail looks like up close, and those I owe an apology, and probably a bill for therapy. If you've ever touched one, it feels like cheap plastic. So basically a built-in fly swatter for an animal.
Okay, so yeah, no, I'm gonna be sending my bills to Casual Geographic. Freaking, I need therapy now, cause fuck you. Yeah, no, 100%, and you know what, I'm spreading it too. Hey, in the YouTube comment section and Twitch chat, if this has traumatized you just like it me, please send those bills to Casual Geographic, not me. It's his fault. It's his fault, right? Yeah, no, 100%. Fucking what the heck? Perfect pause. Yeah.
With no hands and more junk than its trunk can reach. Pause. They also have hair on their heads, and like everything else about this pachyderm, this too has a purpose. Elephants have about 1 hair per square inch to our 1,300, and social distancing fur follicles actually transfers heat away from the elephant, in some cases by over 20%. That's how you get a baby elephant with a better lineup than me. You see, he doesn't have to wear a hat. And with Asian elephants being hairier, they're much more liable to grow bangs, and score an audition on Abbey Road. That doesn't even scratch the surface of their weirdness. The African variety has large ears with blood vessels that also helps them with the heat, while also looking suspiciously like the continent they live on. That heat is why they're also one of the few animals with their testes locked inside next to their kidneys. Honestly,
interesting.
For the best. Elephants also have a pharyngeal pouch behind the tongue, pretty much an emergency 4-liter life flask to hold them over during a bad drought. I didn't even know that. They have feet that actually will get to that. They have modified teeth that are arguably the biggest flex in the animal.
All you feet fans, also what the fuck happened to this guy's teeth? Wait, do these move? Wait, when he opens his mouth, do the teeth move? Do the tusks move? Wait, did the tusk move, or is this guy just having a really bad day? I'm a little bit worried about this one. Also, there was one previously that I was gonna pause on, and my brain just dumped. But like, where like its tusks were going inward, I'm like, if it looks down, does it stab itself? I mean, you're kind of staring a little bit too hard at the mouth. No, I was. Why? Well, I don't know. No, they just grew weird. Aw. Okay. Elephant graveyards are here. Elephants don't die of childhood, but they're also kind of romantic. It is. That's poor elephant. Those tusks need to be trimmed. They do. I mean, I don't think you can you trim elephant tusks? Either way, that's sad. Oh my gosh. That's horrible.
Kingdom, but probably too big, because it's also gotten them violated by poachers to the point where evolution is starting to backpedal on tusks. Also, elephants have big personalities. To be fair, they are mammals, and mammals with memories are nothing special. But that trunk is. It might just be the second most OP body part in nature, with the first.
Okay, that's a pretty lady too. Sorry. That's a pretty lady. I don't know. Freaking, I get it. I get you, elephant. Ask consent next time. Oh, that's why elephants rub their faces on trees.
Being thumbs.
That makes sense.
An elephant's trunk has 40,000 muscles. That's about 40,000 reasons to stay out of their hitbox. They also have 400,000 nerves controlling it. That means
I feel bad about this, but I want to see that.
But that trunk is. It might just be the second most OP body part in nature, with the first being thumbs. An elephant's trunk has 40,000.
I'm sorry, elephants do seem to love cake. Maybe I am an elephant. Is this why I liked elephants as a kid? Because they're just like me. Okay, so so maybe that was an elephant in captivity and they weren't providing it something to wear its own tusks down enough. Okay, sorry, I probably shouldn't have replayed that, but it was just I liked it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all know what I'm about.
Muscles.
Nariko. Hi. I feel like the eyeless elephants would be a pog scary creature in a horror game. Honestly, yes, 100%. Hi, Nariko. Can we get a shout out for the lovely Nariko? How are you doing, cutie patootie? Oh, I love this little girl so much. This cute little Thunderbird. Oh, goodness. Hi! Yeah, they're adopted elephant at the sanctuary. You can get it. Our pictures of them. Elephants adopted. Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
About 40,000 reasons to stay out of their hitbox. They also have 400,000 nerves controlling it. That means the same trunk that can deadlift 2 prime shacks at 700 pounds is also delicate enough to pluck a blade of grass. And that's cause the tip of the trunk has prehensile grip. That's not the only thing that's prehensile, but I digress. It's kind of like fingers that African elephants have 2 of and Asians.
Baby elephants love playing with their prehensile trunk. The prehensile trunk, right, Nar? They do. Why is it prehensile? Prehensile means you can move it like a thumb, by the way. I think that's specific. I'm not specifically thumb. You can move it. It's like a tail. Prehensile tail is like a tail that you can use to grip things. I think they love chasing people to try and lay on them. Oh, God! I want to pet a baby elephant, based, but also probably don't, but also based. The elephants are just big 1-ton puppies. Maybe don't get laid on by a 1-ton puppy.
Only one, and it allows a full-time quadruped to pick stuff up. They're also one of the very few animals able to throw, and the day they develop aimbot, humanity is cooked. There's plenty of other uses for their trunks, some of them even social. It's so complicated that not only—
Welcome in. Hi, Dark Abyss. It's been a while. I know I'm late, but congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Thank you so much. No worries on the lateness on that. It's totally fine. Thank you so much, Dark Abyss. I hope you're having a great day, darling.
Does it take a year or 2 for babies to figure them all out? Baby elephants even have an awkward phase where they literally don't know what to do with it. It's actually why you'll see them helicopter.
See for 2 weeks? That's insane. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you're back home safe. The Goo Burger. Thank you for the follow. Okay, what everyone would do if they got a peanut. I'm going back out for a month. Oh my gosh. Okay, be safe, darling. Lumi, my favorite seagull. Thank you, Pinky.
It around. There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm not gonna make it. I'm sure the comments will, but just know we're not that different. And if you follow a young elephant long enough, you'll even see it step on its own trunk. It takes time for them to get all the controls down, but until they do, its best use is as a pacifier. But it takes more than looking like nature's science project for me to confidently call you the weirdest animal on the planet. You better be packing some pretty impressive abilities too. And let it be known, no animal packs more than an elephant. First, super strength. Elephants are more than capable of humbling an entire tree of the endgame's extra calories. Plus, being the biggest thing with life and legs on the planet means—
I don't steal fries, Ender. But if you offer me fries, I like fries. I really like French fries. French fries are really good. If you give me French fries, I will be a happy Lumi. But I don't steal. It was okay. Did he have to show that? Apparently.
This is what happens when second and third forget their place. And a battle royale featuring every land animal, ain't nothing touching a motivated male elephant. Elephants also have the best smell of the animal kingdom. Strong enough to threaten a bloodhound's job security. They can sniff out a watering hole over 10 miles away, and they don't just smell where or what food, but elephants can smell how much food. In experiments, elephants were able to consistently sniff and pick the container with the most sunflower seeds without even eyeballing it. A test even dogs failed. Elephants are also way better swimmers than they have any business being. Most mammals can swim, but bigger ones like rhinos and giraffes are pretty poor. And despite gatekeeping watering holes and being a literal land whale, hippos technically can't swim at all. Elephants can't relate. They can swim for hours and cover miles searching for food. There's even a theory—
Hippos can't swim, technically? What are they doing? Are they just drowning with style? Is it like crashing with style, but like they're technically drowning constantly, but like they're doing it so aggressively, but they're just walking. Oh, they're just walking. They're not. Wow, they're just overpowering water. The concept of water doesn't bother them. They just walk through it as if it didn't exist. Okay, would be my guess. They're too heavy, so they run on the riverbed. They just hop. They're walking. Okay, so they're too OP for water to make a difference. Jeez, hippos don't need to swim. They just walk on the bottom of the water, pretty much. Hippos take water damage. Okay, well, we're learning a lot about hippos. Apparently, hippos are just tungsten cubes. Apparently.
That munchies made modern-day mastodons swim from India to the nearby island of Sri Lanka. To put in perspective, there's at least one shark on the planet aware of the existence of elephants. That's kind of crazy to think about. Elephants also have infrasonic hearing and can communicate through low-frequency vibrations. They're too low for any of us to hear, but the sound can travel for miles, and the pachyderms pick up the long-distance calls through their feet. See, I told you we'd get back to that. Thanks to a fatty, spongy-like cushion. Also, you're seeing that right. Elephants do have built-in high heels. That's why there are stories of elephants saving people from tsunamis before they even happen. Elephants even have different infracalls with different meanings. Because of course they do. You got a greeting rumble used when a family member gone for hours suddenly returns, a rumble the matriarch uses to get the herd moving, and even a congratulation rumble for when an elephant in the group gets laid. That's a Snapple fact for you. Not to be confused with the
Man, are you guys okay, are all of you gonna be doing a rumble when I get laid? Are we gonna have like a nice little congratulation rumble when I get laid? I really hope there's a congratulation rumble, because if there's not, then it's gonna be a little bit sad for me. I'll be celebrating, but like, yes, definitely amazing. Remember elephants, we walk by my health auditorium? Yes, I'll clap for you, thank you. And like, that's never gonna happen. Thanks, bro. The Cooper, of course. Okay, well, I'm glad that everyone except for Argon's supportive. I think that's called a moan. No, that's what I will be doing. Oh, V-Card Lost Celebration call out. Oh my gosh, it would just be the groan echoing across the world. Oh my, yeah, it's like, it'll be like a launch party. Imagine like by the time I get laid, I am like so well known that it reverberates across all of VTubing. Like every VTuber is like going onto the stream of every size, just being like, did you hear the news? Lumi got laid! Lumi got laid! And then it basically becomes a musical where everyone's like dancing in the streets and running through and being like, Lumi got laid! Singing about it? No, that would cause a depression. Should we just set up a crash pad for when Lumi gets laid? So Numi? I mean, if she wants to lay me, then I'm open to it. We'll be waiting for a long time. Do you mean because I'm not going to be a big VTuber anytime soon, or I'm not going to get laid anytime soon, or both? Either way, I'm insulted. Wait, if you're moaning, does that mean that we find out while you're in the act? No, maybe? I don't know. That's a nice dream you got there. Thanks, bro. I like it. It's a pretty good name. I'm taking bets. She wants within a year. I've actually been told by many people that they think that I'm gonna have a girlfriend by the end of the year, which I'm like, you know what? I love that confidence you have in me. I don't know if I have it for myself, but like, honestly, that's awesome. That's an awesome compliment. People thinking that I'll have a girlfriend by the end of the year. You know what? Awesome. Love that. Birdsea, thank you for the follow. Put me down for $45 on Offkai. My friend Kuma specifically told me that if I really wanted to, I probably could have gotten laid at TwitchCon, but I was just too anxious to, and very much, you already are a big VTuber? Thank you, I appreciate that. I want to be bigger though, getting to the average 10,000, average several thousand viewers, that's what we're aiming for. But yeah, I believe in yours. I'm shocked you're still single. Nari's in the same boat. She was shocked when we found out that I'd never had a partner. If she wants Numi, she will have to fight Michi. Why not fight when we could all kiss? Cute lesbian spotted. Where? Oh, me! Yay! Didn't you get drunk dialed by someone? I did! I forgot about that! Oh my gosh! Yeah, when I got home from Offkai, a cute girl who was still Offkai, freaking TwitchCon. When I got home from TwitchCon, there was a cute VTuber girl who freaking DM'd me from a lesbian bar while she was drunk, asking if I was still there because she wanted to make out with me. And I was back home in Canada, and I'm like, why am I at home when I could be kissing this girl? Like, that was insane. I was like, I hadn't talked to this woman. I had never talked to this person. But then she drunk DM'd me, freaking at a lesbian bar with the bartender, like, who was like hot as all get up, standing on the bar, pouring alcohol down, like a video of her doing, like, pouring alcohol down this girl's throat. And then she was like, hey, if you're still in town, let's meet up and make out. I'm like, I'm back home in Canada. That's not even a fumble. I didn't know it was an option. It's someone I've never talked to. How would I know how do you fumble someone when you don't know that you need to be in a different country at a specific time? Like, hi, Lori. Apparently you're talking about women. That never happens. I know. Lumi, your luck sucks, apparently. Yeah, it actually does. That's not a fumble. That's messed up. We'll have to make up for her off guy. I might. Not even a fumble. It was bad luck roll. Exactly. You failed to get sexy time? Yeah! Oh, should have read the walkthrough. Oh gosh, you're so right. Next time. Had it happen that way, sorry.
Symphony of an elephant baby shower. In fact, those calls are often how they end up with a baby. See, the problem with spending nearly 2 years pregnant and another 10 raising a calf that comes out is dating's a different kind of drought. A mother elephant might be open for business once every 5 years.
Yeah.
So once that window does open, she makes the elephant equivalent of a Facebook event by broadcasting a booty call to every eligible bachelor in the area. It's like a Batman symbol for down bad bulls, and before long, she's attracted more testosterone than the state of Florida during spring break. And like a 13,000-pound frat boy drunk off lust, violence is the only option, where the winner gets to pass on his genes, while the loser makes sure he's not the only one that's sore. Now, the next superpower is no surprise, because you've definitely heard the phrase, an elephant never forgets. Depending on the context, that's either a throwaway fact or a very real threat. But elephants do have steel trap memory, and it's because their life literally depends on it. As an elephant, the most important resource in your life is water. And during the dry season, that can mean walking hundreds of miles to the next watering hole. Imagine living in an area the size of New York with only 5 water fountains and no Google Maps to bail you out. All you have is your memory. That's why elephant herds are led by a matriarch who uses her years of experience to not only bring her family to water, but to the right watering hole at the right time of year. Get it wrong and the whole herd becomes the beginning of a Disney movie. Instead, you got Big Mama carrying the entire family.
EP. He said I was covering up, my body was covering up. They're just EP babies. They're EP babies. They're fine. They're fine. They're fine. They're fine. I'm saying this to myself more than anyone else. Being weird is awesome. We don't forget that. Thank you. But they're just EP babies. They're just EP babies. I was covering it up, but it's EP babies. EP baby time. Such EP babies. Hi, Lumi. Hi. Hello, Reptide. Welcome in. How are you doing, darling? Yes. Hi. EP babies. I'm insane. The power of woman. I love the power of women. The power of women compels you. Hi, pink dude. Welcome in. How are you doing? Jeez, everyone's showing up today. That's awesome. I love that.
Off a brain that runs like a supercomputer, able to pull memories older than some of the members of the herd when she needs it. So as you can see, elephants don't just have one of the freakiest builds in nature, but one of the craziest skill sets too. It's how the largest landlubber on the planet can survive and thrive on the savannah, in dense tropical jungles, desolate hellscape and sun-baked deserts, and even inside dark caves to mine salt. Elephants be splunking. But all those abilities wouldn't mean as much without the most busted ability of all, their intelligence. Elephants aren't smart. Dogs and cats are smart. Now, elephants are prodigies.
Goodbye,
in my admittedly biased opinion, they're the smartest thing on the planet that isn't a human, and sometimes they give us a run for the title. They might not be putting elephants on the moon or breaking down quantum physics or watching Rick and Morty, but elephants do one-up humans every so often.
They're not even watching Rick and Morty, but that's... Your mic is way quieter than the video, by the way. Fuck! So, thank you for telling me that, Candace. Thank you. So I've been taking singing lessons, and I have to turn down the gain on my mic for that, and then I don't know if it's turned up high enough or not, so, thank you. Thank you. Oh, come on, everyone, you're gonna tell me these things. I turned up the gain a little bit. It might not still be, it might be a little bit off, but I'll turn the video slightly. By the way, my pronunciation is Claria. Okay, something like that. But you can call me Callie. Okay, thank you so much, Callie. I appreciate that. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just, more like the video is really loud because I have the audio turned down so I don't get deaf. Okay. I'm sorry.
Some Asian elephants have memorized the schedules of trucks carrying sugar cane and will wait posted on the side of the road just to hold up the truck to help themselves to the harvest. They even figured out how to take just enough to satisfy themselves, but not so much that they force the drivers to do something about it. It's basically an elephant enforced toll, but okay, you're not impressed. I got you. Elephants raiding crops have led some farmers to protect their product using an electric fence. Clearly they weren't familiar with their game because those same elephants eventually learned how to disarm the fences without getting hurt. And that's the thing with its memory. It really only takes one experience for an elephant to learn from to have that knowledge for the rest of its life and pass it off to others. And a prime example of that are the elephants of Amboseli National Park in Kenya, where they've learned—
I'm realizing that I'm siding with the elephants more than my fellow human person, but like, I don't know. Elephants freaking be awesome like that. Do it. Like, freaking go get that food. Go ruin that farmer's life. I don't care. If they can figure that out, then like, you know what, like, why am I to freaking stop them? Lumi X elephant VTuber? Are there? I can't think of an elephant VTuber. No, that's based. Humans suck. You know what? Fair. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Jeez. Animals, humans, TBH. Okay, I feel like I'm peeking my mic now. I'm going back down here. Like, that's probably better. That's probably better. I don't know. Do you know that African elephant were true elephants? They're classified as Londrix. Meanwhile, Asian elephants are classified as elephants. Weird. That's really interesting. Thank you for the 5-student streak. True humans do suck. I also suck, but not in the same way. Oh my gosh.
To tell the difference between the language of the Maasai tribes that historically hunted them and the dialect of other tribes that they don't have beef with. Those elephants even have a stronger reaction to the voices of men versus women and children, since at one point they caught on that men were more of a threat. But okay, maybe an elephant understanding human does—
Yeah! I mean, what? Video is still loud? The video is still loud? It's quiet for me. That's the weird thing. Like, the video is getting hard for me to hear. I just turned it down again, but it's loud for you. I don't know what to do about this. Oh, okay. Whatever.
Doesn't impress you. What about one that speaks it?
Okay, but when I turn my audio up any further, I'm starting to hear my audio, like, distort. Like, I feel like I can't go any higher. Maybe change your OBS sensitivity?
Oshik the elephant shocked the world when he started imitating his Korean caretaker with pretty eerie accuracy.
Is that better? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh? That's so cool.
Elephants are also on the VIP list of animals self-aware enough to recognize their reflection and pass the mirror.
That's actually really cool. I actually really love that. What the heck? Why are you still quiet compared to the video? I just turned down the video by 5 decibels. Like, what do I do? I'm so stupid. I'm sorry.
Mirror test. They also passed another awareness test that might just be more impressive. So the University of Cambridge did an experiment where they had elephants pass a stick to a researcher, except the stick would be attached to a mat that the elephants would be standing on. So the elephants would have to have the self-awareness to realize they needed to step off the mat to pass the stick. And of course, they had a control group where everything was the same except the stick wasn't attached. Well, 42 times out of 48, the elephants stepped off the mat before passing the stick, compared to just 3 when it wasn't attached. And maybe that's not a big deal and I'm just being a big nerd about it, but that's arguably more impressive than being able to peep yourself in the mirror, but that's just me. I didn't even mention pregnant elephants apparently self-medicating with the plant Boraginaceae seed in order to induce labor, which some women in the same area apparently drink as tea for the same reason. There's different ways of being smart, but it's a tusk jockey's emotional intelligence that really sets them apart.
That is one of the things I really loved about them as a kid. That they were an empathetic animal that should love and care and could like recognize what was going on. That's so good. I love it so much. And would it be the same audio as the page? I don't know. Like, it's so. I love elephants. They're just such a good vibe. They're such a kind and like loving soul. It's so good. I love them. I don't like their tails. I don't want to look at a tail ever again, but I do love them. It's
probably
so
seen the videos of elephant herds seeming to mourn the dead after coming across the bones of a relative. And considering their almost unnatural sense of smell, there's a good chance they knew exactly who that was. And it's not just other elephants they grieve.
Yeah.
Lawrence Anthony was a conservationist who saved a herd of elephants from certain—
Lurker, you're so right. I need to perform a ritual sacrifice of 1,000 people to fix my audio settings. You're so right. You're so right. I don't see what the issue is. Is it for Lumi to be quieter than the video, considering she paused the video talking? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay either way. It's okay. Sometimes I do make an exclamation or say something during the thing, but it's fine. But elephants are good. I feel bad that they can mourn the dead. I mean, in some ways it's a curse, but sometimes it's a blessing. You know, like it's kind of a curse because you understand the concept of death. You understand that like that person that I loved is dead, but at the same time you get to mourn them and you get to respect your friend and family for that. Elephant bulls are kind of destructive though. Massive infrastructure has been their fault. Damage has been their fault. That's insane. I love that. That's kind of cool, Jacket, actually.
Death. After they escaped the reserve and were about to be shot, and Anthony somehow communicated with the matriarch enough to bring them back, earning him the nickname the Elephant Whisperer. He would die suddenly in 2011, and in the days after, the same elephants he had rescued showed up to his house and seemed to hold a 2-day vigil.
What?
Not only was this after not visiting for more than a year, some of the elephants traveled well over 12 hours for the funeral, and apparently they would return the next several years on the exact date of his death to pay their respects. But that leaves just one question. How? How did they know? Maybe one of the elephants saw or smelt something off and sent an infrasonic message to the others. Maybe the emergency vehicles on the property somehow got their attention. We don't know for sure, and we probably never will. Mourning the dead is just a surface of elephant empathy, because elephants are the textbook example of animal altruism. Elephants will adopt non-related orphans into the group so long that it doesn't put their own young at risk. Bundula was an elephant in a theme park who figured out how to get out of her shackles and immediately freed the others, despite the fact that they likely weren't her immediate family, and the fact that doing so made it more likely she'd get caught. That same altruism doesn't just apply to their own kind. There have been stories of these.
That's just so cute. It's like, I'm escaping, but I want to make sure that everyone else escapes. I can't escape on my own. It's not worth it if it's not. Why are they such wholesome animals? I love them. Who the fuck hunts a freaking elephant?
The beast seemingly protecting sleeping or injured humans with really nothing in it for them. And you can find videos of an elephant trying to save a rhino stuck in a watering hole, even if the rhino doesn't necessarily realize it. Don't get it twisted, they're not Mary Sue's. Elephants are still wild animals with varying personalities that subtract hundreds of humans a year. And of course, yeah, I didn't forget about this. And while some say the woman was involved with poaching and this was just an elephant refusing to let it slide, there's also the chance that woman ran into the wrong one at a worse time.
Listen, if an elephant comes after you and follows you to your own funeral to attack the funeral, I feel like at that point you have to have done something wrong. You can't just be like a random petty grudge. I think if someone tracks down your funeral to mess up your funeral, even a human, I can't imagine a human who would be so freaking petty that they would go and mess up your funeral after killing you. Like, that's beyond petty. Oh yeah, did you know that you can see the tall lady in Code Vein 2 in the hot springs bathing? I did not know that, Azura. I guess I'm gonna have to play Code Vein 2. I've never played it before, but oh, I'm gonna have to do it. That's generational hatred. That's what I'm saying. Azura, you're getting me interested in Code Vein 2. I'm gonna have to play that. There's a hot spring with a bathing. Okay, I'll send you pictures. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Or was this a victim of a really bad case of mistaken identity and got memed?
I didn't realize that. What the fuck is this image?
To oblivion for it. But when you take their one-of-a-kind design, their almost comic book superpowers, and the fact that their mind really is an enigma, I think that adds up to the most perfect animal nature ever did create. Not just a perfect animal, I'd even go as far as calling them the main character. We're talking about an absolute unit that creates entire ecosystems just by being themselves. And honestly, I don't think they belong in captivity. The animals that usually do the worst in zoos are the ones that are highly intelligent, highly social, and normally travel huge distances. Elephants are 3 for 3. I'm not a huge anti-zoo person. All zoos aren't created equal. Some really do their best, but often the best case for a caged elephant isn't that good.
Me too, Riptide.
Even with Coach Sheik the talking elephant, he was never socialized around other elephants early on, just humans. That's a miserable way to live for anyone. The world is just better off when elephants are doing well, and I'll gladly die on that hill. I just hope the elephants come to visit it. But that's it for this video. Make sure you drink water, hug your loved ones. If this video gets, I'm gonna say 150k likes, I'll go to an elephant sanctuary somewhere and record it. But until then, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
I think you should be doing that already. We already have enough mics, right? Yeah. Jeez. There should be enough likes. Did you go and do that? I hope you did that. Freaking, oh my gosh. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! Baby, that's so cute. Aww. Oh, don't paint the baby. Don't! He did it? Oh my gosh. That was adorable. That freaking elephants are just giant puppies. If you're watching this on YouTube, head on over to twitch.tv/LuminusRed. Drop a follow and come hang out. Until next time, my love of stars. Bye.